another GORUCK video. I did a video like this about a year ago, and in that video I talked about the 20-liter GR1, the 26-liter GR1, and I'm sorry, the 21-liter GR1, the 26-liter GR1, the Rucker, and the 34-liter GR2. Since then, I have added this 15-liter bullet Ruck to the assortment of bags I have present. So I wanted to discuss all of them again, up the production quality a little bit, have better lighting, just create a better video for you all to watch. So let's start with the GR2. This is the largest of the bags that I have here today. This is the 34-liter version. The front is just like the other bags. You have one horizontal pocket where you can stick your hand down in here. There is a decent amount of space, but I wouldn't cram a lot of things in here because that tends to make the bag very tight, and sometimes that can cause it to be more difficult to access things inside. There is some MOLLE webbing at the bottom here, so you can attach different types of MOLLE compatible accessories. That's standard on all of the bags. The big difference here with the GR2, once you step up to a GR2, is you can see there is a main compartment and there is a smaller secondary compartment on the front of the bag. In that compartment, you have the addition of a lot of storage. So what you can see here, starting on this side of the bag, you have an admin style pouch at the top here, which is pretty spacey. I'll show you that from the side. You can see there's a decent amount of space in this pouch. There are also two compartments here. You can see that there is a larger mesh compartment here, and there's a smaller mesh compartment beside that. So you can have some loose storage up here, and you can have some organization up here, and then some loose storage in this larger compartment. From there is also a vertical mesh pouch on the side here, so that way if you don't want to unzip the bag all the way, let's see if we can get this here. If I did not want to unzip this bag all the way, I could still access this pocket without having to have this flap all the way down. On the other side, there is an opposing horizontal pocket here, mesh as well, and there is also a pocket at the top here. Now, all of these are standard features on this side. They're standard features on the GR1s, so on and so forth. So that's pretty standard. The biggest addition is that the biggest difference is there's an entire extra section added to the front of the bag, and then all of the organization you have here. So, moving from there into the main compartment. The main compartment is pretty much the same as all of the other bags. You can see here, there is a mesh pocket at the top. Pretty decent storage. You can also access this without having to open the bag all the way. You can just open the top, stick your hand directly inside of the bag. There's horizontal storage here, another mesh pocket. So you have some pretty decent storage options there. This comes standard on the all of the GR1 bags. You can see here, there are MOLLE attachments for any type of MOLLE accessory you might want to add, and there is an expandable elastic pouch here. And now you can put some smaller electronic devices in here, like a smaller laptop, a smaller iPad, etc. But it really won't hold anything large. Like you couldn't get a large 17-inch laptop in there. With that said, there is what they dub their bomb-proof laptop compartment in the back. And this is pretty spacious. There is a plastic sheet in here for rigidity and stiffness, but you can remove that by taking the Velcro loose and then pulling that plastic out. I leave mine in. It doesn't bother me, but you can fit a fairly sizable laptop into this compartment here. With that being said, that reminded me I forgot one thing. Another standard option on these bags is a port from the inside here to the exterior for your hydration bladder tubing. So you can route that through the top and down here, and I'll show you that in another bag that I'm gonna put up in a second. So let's compare this, which is the 34 liter GORUCK 2, to what is probably one of the most popular variants that people have. This is the 26 liter GR1. So you can see in this dimension straight on, they're the same size. You can see they look pretty similar. The difference again is this, the GR2, has an extra pocket at the front that this one does not. Other than that, they're pretty much identical. So I'll kind of show you guys around this bag. This is a bag that I use when I go to shows, so I don't know exactly what's in here, but you can see this is the name patch that I wear when I go to shows. It has the standard pouch in the front. Again, I've got a few things in here, some business cards and some stuff from the show. Just, you know, whatever loose items you might want to put your hand right on. There's some molly webbing here. I don't really use any accessories. In the front, there is that horizontal pocket I talked about, which you can see here. This is my Blade Show badge from VIP. That wasn't this year, I don't think. But anyway, and then there is another mesh pocket at the bottom. So you've got some decent storage options, but definitely not as much as on the GR2. You can see here, if I move this stuff out of the way, that you've got that pouch I talked about, that elastic pouch. You have got your molly webbing here at the top for any molly accessories, and you have the hydration port through the top here, like in the other bag. So pretty standard up until that point. Also on the back, you have that bomb-proof laptop compartment that I spoke about on the GR2. You can see that here. Again, it's set up the same exact way. There is a plastic sheet in here as well. You can undo the Velcro and take that out if that's your thing. I leave mine in there. And again, you can see them side by side. This is the GR1 26 liter. This is the GR2 34 liter. The difference is that pocket on the front, this additional pocket right here. From that, I'm gonna go down to Rucker. This is my Rucker, and it is set up for rucking. I have not gotten out to use this in an actual event. However, I do use it around the neighborhood. I use it when I walk on the treadmill, things of that nature, just to kind of exercise under the conditions similar to a competition. So you can see I've used the molly attachments on the front here for some reflective strips. All of these are things that are standard that you need to have to compete. I've got 2 carabiners, not just the one. That I don't think is something you have to have. I could be wrong on that. There is the front pocket, as I talked about on the other bags. So you can see here just a regular front pocket for any loose items. There's a Velcro field, which was on the other 2 bags that I forgot to mention. And you have that same horizontal pocket at the top. You have the horizontal pocket here. And then we get into some of the differences. And like I said, this is set up, so I have my hydration bladder in here. You can see I've got that plate. There is a pocket for a plate here. And then on the front, there is another pocket for another plate to be placed here. Here you have a place where you can suspend either your hydration bladder, etc. from. You can see here that I have routed my hydration tube up and through the bag down on the left-hand side here, and you can just simply, it's attached here with one of these clips. I forget what they're called, but you can simply pull this tube up to your mouth and drink from the tube. So it comes in handy. I have also added this chest strap accessory to keep the straps together and kind of help solidify that weight on your back. So that is that. I believe the volume of the Rucker is 20 liters, so you can see here the Rucker next to the 26 liter GR1. You can see it's a little bit shorter. It's about the same thickness. And you can see the Rucker next to the 34-liter GR2. Shorter, and then obviously it's a lot thinner. From there, we'll move on to the 21-liter curved strap. Now this one does have the curved straps. GR1. So you can see here, I'm sure you're catching the pattern. There's the horizontal pocket at the top. There is a horizontal mesh pocket underneath that. And on the front of the bag, there's another horizontal pocket here with Velcro loop field for your hook patches. Pretty straightforward. You can see here, I do in this bag, I carry this one to work. I do have an admin pouch hooked up here. This is a Tactical Tailor. I can't remember the exact model, but I put it down in the description. Below that, you can see that there is a little pouch down here. I do have something in there. I don't even know what that is. Looks like some clothing of some kind, but all in all, just a good daily pack. I carry this to work a lot of times. It does have the curved straps. The straps are a little bit thinner. Here, let me show that to you. The straps are a little bit thinner, and you can tell why it's called the curved strap model when you look at it here. My understanding, and I bought this at a time where this was the only model available. My understanding is that the curved strap version is more for women. It's more for people with larger chests, that to help fit their bodies a little bit better. The thing that I don't care for about this bag is because these straps are a little bit thinner, they do tend to cut into your shoulders a little bit more once you start getting up to, you know, 15, 20 plus pounds of weight. So I would consider that if you're looking at this bag. Let's see, let's put this next to the Rucker. So as I said, this is 21 liters. I'm pretty sure this is 20 liters. So you can see the Rucker next to the 21-liter GR1. You can see it from the side. I'll show it to you next to the 34-liter GR2. Again, this is the 21-liter GR1. Here it is from the side. And finally, the 26-liter GR1 next to the 21-liter GR1 from the front and again from the side. So you can see the height difference there, but everything else is pretty similar. Now the final bag I want to show you guys is the 15-liter Bullet Ruck. So this is a very small bag. You know, it would be good for running around town, and that's kind of what I got it for. I have not used it. You can see the tag is still on here. I need to pick up an ultralight laptop. Mine has died, and when I do, you can see that there is a pocket here. Now this pocket is for weight or water bladder, etc., etc., etc. But I'm going to use this as just a little quick, easy grab EDC bag. So you can see ultralight laptop would fit in here just fine, 14-inch laptop. You can see there is a suspension D-ring for a water bladder. In the front, as I said, is standard. There's a horizontal pocket at the top. There is a horizontal mesh pocket down below that. Pretty decent storage. That's pretty much all there is to the bag. There is that front pocket on the very front of the bag, and you have another field of Velcro for a patch. I will show you guys this bag. This is the 26-liter GR1. This is the 15-liter Bullet Ruck. This is the 21-liter GR1. And this is the 15-liter Bullet Ruck. So you can see it's narrower. There you are. And this is the 34-liter GR2. So you can see there's quite a bit of size difference here. That is how those look. Now, I'm gonna put these on and show you. For the record, I am 6'2", right about there, and I weigh about 225 pounds. So let's try some of the bags on. I know that was one of the things in the other video that people said they wish they could have seen, was the bags tried on. So when we come back, I will have the bags on for you to see.